Welcome. When Babe Ruth broke into big league baseball, he was a pitcher, and a very good one. In fact, I think that if he had continued his career as a pitcher, that he still would have made it into the Hall of Fame. But management could see that he was more valuable to the team if he could play every day rather than the 4 to 5 days that a pitcher does. So he was moved to the outfield, and the rest is history. So my question for you today is, what position should you play in your investment team? Hello. If this is your first time to see one of our videos, I'm Stephen Mansell. I am the COO here at Kodiak Capital Advisors. And along with the rest of our team, I believe that the more you know about the market and how it works, the wiser your decisions in the market will be. So today, let's talk about portfolio management. Now, when you think of hiring a financial advisor to handle your investments, what is the incentive? What is the criteria that you're going to use to give your money to another person? And I think it's the probability that that other person has the time and the expertise to make wise decisions in the market so that you can get more money than you originally invested and still have the time to do the things you enjoy. Now, a major fact in life is that items we want to buy will cost more next year. So we call this inflation. It is a major reason why people give their hard-earned money to another person that promises to return more money than they originally invested. We want our money to at least keep up with inflation. Yeah. Now, another reason people invest money is the probability that they'll receive back more than just enough to keep up with inflation. Everybody wants more money. That's how we buy more things. It's how we pay for our children's education. It's how we decide to retire. It's how you help others less fortunate than yourself. In multiple other situations. Money helps. The question for us then here is, why does the intelligent investor give their money to another person? Since there's always the risk of not getting extra money, not even keeping up with inflation, not even getting back your investment, your original investment. The wise investor is going to have a balanced and diversified portfolio of bonds and equity stocks that will greatly increase their ability to take advantage of the ups and downs of the market. So they can increase the probability that they will gain more than inflation over time. Now, Benjamin Graham states in his book, The Intelligent Investor, that the intelligent investor needs to wisely assess first their own risk factors and then determine the correct ratio of equity stock versus bonds for their portfolio. He argues that it should be somewhere between 25% stock versus 75% bonds, or 75% stock versus 25% bonds. Do you hear that difference, those two bookends that I did? Your ratio needs to fall somewhere between these two bookends. Now, life changes may influence you to change the ratio sometime, but never to the point where you fall outside these bookends. Now, within the portfolio, you should have one, an adequate, though not excessive, diversification. This might mean a minimum of 10 different issues and a maximum of about 30. Now, each company that you select should be large, prominent, and conservatively financed. This means that they're not financing all of their doings in their business by leverage, by borrowing money. 3, each company should have a long record of continuous dividend payments. And 4, the investor should impose some limit on the price he will pay for an issue in relation to its average earnings over the past 7 years. I would suggest that this limit be set at around 25 times such average earnings, and certainly not more than 20 times those of the past 12 months. Now, these rules are designed to eliminate certain stocks from the consideration, specifically growth stocks. And the reason is this is a good thing for the intelligent investor, since it eliminates the need for speculation on the investor's part. But over time, to keep this ratio, what do you do to increase the invested amount of your portfolio, more than just the dividends or the increase in the price of the stocks? Well, one way is called dollar cost averaging. This is a process where the investor commits to investing a specified amount every period. Now, the amount and the period are determined by the investor depending on his financial abilities. And he has to be able to let go of the specified amount without sacrificing his other financial obligations. We say, never rob Peter to invest in Paul. Now, it should be taken out of discretionary monies. So, if you had initially invested, say, $10,000 into your portfolio, maybe $100,000 into your portfolio, whatever you had to begin with, and you used the 4 rules that we stated earlier to choose your equity stock, and chose a portfolio balance that aligned with your current risk factors, you would want to choose an amount, say $100, and a period, say each payday, to add to your portfolio. Yeah. You would then purchase an additional $100, we'll say, of equity stock and bonds to keep your portfolio balanced each payday, depending on the market value of each stock and bond at the time of each payday. You would buy what the $100 could purchase, and no less or more. This averages the cost of your portfolio over time. Sometimes the stocks would cost slightly more, sometimes they would be slightly less. The important rule you should take from this is that every investor is unique. His age is unique. His income is unique. His responsibilities are unique. His goals are unique. His risk emotions are unique, etc., etc. Don't ever get pulled into a one-size-fits-all portfolio. Your portfolio should be as unique as you are. Now, if you don't have the time or the expertise to create and maintain an intelligent investor portfolio that is as unique as you are, then give us a call. Go to our website, KodiakAdvisors.com, and start a conversation. Maybe you need to be playing left field instead of a pitcher on your portfolio team. This video has presented some general information regarding the financial world. to talk with me or someone on our staff about your specific situation, your specific portfolio, click on the call button below and we will contact you as soon as possible. There is nothing like a conversation to clear up uncertainties. If you found this video helpful and you would like to see other informative videos, or you think others would benefit from them, then click the like and the subscribe buttons below. If you have a question or an idea for a future video, write us a note in the comments. In future videos, we will be going through some of the ways people have used to gamble in the market, and we will compare it to how the intelligent investor would decide to risk his money. I'm giving you examples to show how this financial concept of portfolio management works. But I want you to remember that every individual will have individual results in these situations. Do not think the specific outcome of these examples will be your outcome, and therefore make financial decisions based on it. But instead, we want you to recognize the general rule we are illustrating about portfolio management. Remember, choose well.